Hello, I'm from C9, and I'd like to show you how one of our typical customers might use C9 Forecast. We'll call that company Acme Global. Prior to their deployment of C9, Acme Global struggled with several typical forecasting challenges. Because they were never able to find a forecasting solution that addressed their full range of needs, forecasting data was scattered across hundreds of ad hoc spreadsheets. And while Acme suspected that the resulting numbers were unreliable, they felt they could never establish an accurate forecast. Acme Global's complex sales organization presented another set of challenges. Because of their recurring revenue streams, matrix-based sales organization, and reliance on foreign channel partners, Acme's roll-up never seemed to foot. Since adopting C9 Forecast, Acme Global has established an efficient and highly accurate forecasting process. C9 has an innovative feature called the Pivot Forecast that gives everyone a forecast that is relevant to their business function, so there's no more need to maintain separate spreadsheets. And despite a complex organizational structure, it takes less time and fewer resources to manage the overall forecast process. What's more, thanks to C9's predictive sales capabilities, Acme gets a highly accurate read on where they'll land the current quarter, as well as how they're pacing several quarters out. I'd like to show you how different stakeholders at Acme Global are realizing value with the C9 Forecast. Acme's VP of Worldwide Sales, James Dixon, has been using C9 Forecast to generate a territory-based forecast for his organization, and he loves it. It's easy and simple to roll up a forecast that is dead-on accurate. James recently reorged his sales team and is pleased to see that the new organization is reflected here. C9's adaptive hierarchy feature automatically adapts to org changes made in Salesforce.com. It also allows James to quickly restate current numbers based on previous territory structures, and it even lets him run what-if scenarios based on orgs that he may be considering but hasn't yet implemented. James first reviews the quota, current attainment, plus his commit. Even though this data lives in multiple systems, C9 consolidates it seamlessly. James then drills down into the North America team where he'd like to get more insight into his channel sales in Canada. In this case, C9 has converted foreign currencies into US dollars to make the international roll-up consistent. Beth Jackson is at 13% of her quota, and her commit is just a little less than 1.4 million. James knows that Beth has a couple of deals that are ready to close, so he enters a judgment to increase the outlook to 1.7. C9 takes into account the fact that there's a split agreement in place here, and will automatically make adjustments to the other affected parties. Once judgment is entered, the forecast automatically recalculates, and James can simply click the Submit button to make it final. Thanks to the streamlined forecasting process that C9 has facilitated, Acme increased selling time by 15% and have seen 55% improvement in their forecast accuracy. These improvements are consistent with the experience of other C9 customers. While territory-based forecast works well for the sales organization, product organizations, industry business units, and global account managers need to cut the forecast differently. And thanks to the pivot capabilities of C9 Forecast, these teams can get exactly what they need. Acme's VP of Products, Sue Smith, is interested in understanding the sales forecast based on product line to better understand how products are performing across different markets or regions. With a single click, she can pivot the forecast based on product. With a couple more clicks, she can zero in on the regions where her products are over or underperforming. Since she recently visited a few accounts in North America, she feels comfortable bumping up the number on one of the new products she recently introduced. Once she enters her judgment, it's automatically rolled up through the product hierarchy. Now that the forecast has become a collaborative effort across multiple groups, Acme's found that it's much easier to keep the entire company rowing in the same direction. Everyone has a much clearer understanding of the impact they're having on revenue. Acme is also taking advantage of C9's predictive sales engine to go beyond conventional forecasting. In this executive dashboard, leaders get a consolidated view of the company's commit and upside relative to budget. They can also assess the relative strength of the pipeline using C9's predictive scoring capabilities. Here, C9 has indicated that about 1/3 of committed deals are at risk of not closing. Additionally, they can view the C9 call, what C9's predictive model projects that Acme will close this quarter. Adding predictive analysis into the mix has been a game changer for Acme. It's allowed managers and executives to get an additional, unbiased perspective on the forecast, and it's allowed Acme to flag and respond to issues early on before they affect the outcome of the quarter. C9 Forecast has transformed Acme Global's forecasting cadence from an unreliable, Excel-driven, time-consuming process into a highly accurate and efficient bellwether for future performance. With the Pivot Forecast, business leaders get the information they need to identify key revenue trends and to engage with peers from other organizations driving growth. And thanks to C9's predictive capabilities, Acme gets the lead time it needs to address soft spots in the business and capitalize on emerging opportunities. By using C9 Forecast, all of Acme Global is now focused on growth and revenue performance, and they're confident that C9 will continue to be instrumental to fueling sustained success.